Hello, everyone. I'm Ted Gray, Multimedia Librarian at the Deerfield Public Library. For years, I've been showing movies at the Deerfield Library. Once a month, I would do a movie discussion where I would talk for a little bit about the movie I'd be showing. We show the movie, then folks would stay around afterwards and we could talk about it. It's something I've missed a lot since we've had to shut down the library for safety reasons, but I thought I would try to do a little virtual version of one of my movie talks. I hope you enjoy it. Um, in case you didn't know, we have a great free streaming movie service at the Deerfield Library called Kanopy. If you go to the Deerfield Public Library website, deerfieldlibrary.org, click on the Media tab, and you'll see a link for Kanopy. You can sign up there. Then you can download the Kanopy app and install it on your streaming device, like your Roku or your Amazon Fire Stick, and then watch up to 15 films or TV episodes a month for free with your Deerfield Library card. And I will point out that is perhaps the only little issue. It's 15 TV films or TV episodes, not full TV seasons. You only get one episode at a time. But it's still great. It's free, and we hope you take advantage of it. You can watch thousands of free films there. Most of the films are from more independent filmmakers. There's also a number of films from the Criterion Collection, as well as a great selection of documentaries and foreign films as well. I wanted to talk to you today about a quirky, fun little film on Kanopy that you might enjoy called What We Do in the Shadows. You may have heard of this because the idea of the film was spun off into a TV series produced by Jermaine Clement that is currently in its second season on the FX network. If you enjoy the TV show, you'll definitely want to see this film where the original idea came from. What We Do in the Shadows was a joint project between Jermaine Clement, who you may remember from Flight of the Conchords, and Taika Waititi, who directed and starred in last year's Oscar-nominated film Jojo Rabbit. Clement and Waititi co-directed and co-wrote this film together. They are also both of the two main characters acting in the film. What We Do in the Shadows is a very funny spoof on the vampire genre. The humor is a little dark, but for me, it was exactly the type of humor I love, and I was laughing out loud over and over throughout this movie, pretty much from the beginning to the end. Honestly, it was just the type of movie I needed right now. It was a great escape. It's made in the now classic mockumentary style. The plot is pretty simple. Four vampires are flatmates in a house in Wellington, New Zealand. A documentary crew is going to film their lives as they get ready for the biggest event of the year, the Unholy Masquerade, which takes place on June the 6th at 6 p.m. I think you can figure out that little joke. The film crew follows this friendly group of vampires around as they live their lives, and part of the deal is that the vampires won't eat the camera crew. Not a bad deal. In one of the first scenes, the vampires get in an argument about the house chores in the flat. They berate one of the other vampires who lives there because he hasn't done the dishes in 300 years. Our offending vampire says something like, "Dishes are beneath the dignity of a vampire." Then a couple of the other vampires get mad at him. They all float in the air, hiss at each other. That kind of pretty much shows you right away this isn't your normal vampire movie. Taika Waititi plays the main character, Iago, who was an 18th century dandy when he became a vampire, so he pretty much wears lots of frilly shirts and fancy waistcoats. Jermaine Clement plays Vlad the Poker. He likes to poke his victims, not impale them. My favorite vampire in the movie is Peter, who's based on the old silent German Nosferatu film. I would just crack up every time I saw him. He was my favorite one. The movie plays around with a bunch of the standard vampire cliches. Important questions are asked like, vampires can't see themselves in the mirror. How do they see what they look like when they want to go out to the clubs at night? there are other creatures of the night that exist in this world as well. You'll see zombies, and of course the vampires are no friends of the werewolves. One of the funnier scenes for me was when one of the guys is turned into a vampire. If you've ever read the Anne Rice books about that whole process, it's really a play on all that. It's really, really funny. He explains that it's pretty much like the flu, but worse. Um, we follow our vampire friends as they do things like try to go downtown and get into the nightclubs. They try to lure victims. They meet other vampires on the streets. And they have a few scraps with the dreaded werewolves. They meet a cool guy who works in IT, and our friendly old vampires learn things about the modern world that you'll find hilarious as well. And then there's a sweet twist of a love story at the end to kind of put a cap on it all. Hopefully, like me, you'll find this to be a great escape and you'll be laughing the entire time like I did. There are some violent scenes and blood, but it was all very cartoony for me at least. It really wasn't that gruesome or gross. Still, there's some adult themes and language in the movie, so it's probably best for like middle-aged teens and up. Hope you check it out on Kanopy, and I hope you find lots of other great things on Kanopy to watch as well. Thank you, and stay healthy and well, everyone.